Hello everyone, TLSG here, back again with another daily Marvel Snap lunch live stream. I lost my train of thought. Thank you guys to everyone that jumped in early. We had quite a few people that were here early. So I wanna call all of you guys out really quickly. We have Harry, we have Astros, we have Toys, we have Alexander, Gratifying Jeans, and not all of you may have stayed in the queue for that long, but I appreciate all of you guys being here. We have Phoenix, Q, we have Mr. Six Circles, Snug, Avik, Edron, Pilk, and I think CFRS Gaming, you're here as well. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, we have the transition and now the stream chat. So I figured with this, and so today we are going to be doing a deck draft on stream. You guys are going to be able to vote on what cards we have, and so I figured since we were doing that, we might as well add the chat onto the screen. That way, if I'm messing with kind of the layout in the background, you guys will at least be able to see the chat for now, and then I will continue to tweak kind of our layout and try to improve where we can. And so yeah, I'm trying to prepare for global launch. And then Christy, hi, hey, how's it going? I'm glad you're able to jump in and join us. And so yeah, I'm trying to implement as many quality of life upgrades as we can. And then, hey Dad, how's it going? Are you feeling any better today? And so we are gonna do the live deck draft. So let me grab the link. I will throw it into the chat, and actually, let me pop this out. That way I can do both. And we have Mr. Negative. So let me throw the link into the chat a few times. Do we also get a vote on variant choice once in game? If I have multiple, yeah. I don't know a great way to do that, but we can just throw it into chat and kind of run with it. And so if you guys jump into the link from the chat, you will be able to see the percentages adjust in real time as as you guys vote on which one we want to add. And so we have 13 people that have opened the link, 14. We'll give a few. I voted why so negative. Right now, it does look like Mr. Negative is really in the lead. I'll give each one a decent amount of time. That way, everyone has a chance to vote, and then we'll jump in. No love for the yellow jacket, and then Toyez coming in with the upgraded membership. Thank you so much, Toyez. That notification should pop up here in a second. I do have it on this layout as well. And so it looks like Mr. Negative is our first card with a 70% lead. So let's go ahead and switch over to the second one. We have the new set of... Hey, Ralph, how's it going? I'm glad you were able to jump in and join us for the lunch live stream. Let's see Negative and give some high-powered cards. You guys wouldn't troll me like that, right? I mean, the Ronin is huge with the Mr. Negative. Happy to be here. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Toyez. I appreciate it. I'm not sure why the notification didn't go off. I'll trigger it here in just a moment, though. Ooh, please pin the message of the link. Good call, Umais. I'm going to pin the Marvel or the link to the voting on the screen now. Yeah. So far, it looks like we are doing a killer deck. It's going to be a good but weird deck. So let's go with the Ronin. I'm going to open up my overlay in a different browser while we vote on this next one. This next one's not as straightforward. It's not quite as easy, I don't think. And so let me switch over into the other one, and I'm going to trigger Toyez. I'm going to trigger your notification manually. I need to figure out why sometimes it doesn't go off. So let's do. It shouldn't be a message. Maybe.
Hey, welcome. Took you long enough.
There we go, Toyez. Maybe it'll stick now, but let me switch back over. See what we've voted on. It's gonna be a 12 cost card. So you guys are being really kind, really generous. We have the Scarlet Witch coming in with a significant lead. I'll give it just a couple more seconds and then we'll jump in. The 1-0 is the big brain plays. But let's troll with Wasp. I mean, it wouldn't be as bad as trolling with Magneto. And so you guys are helping me generate a pretty good list so far. Okay, and so now we have our next choice up. We have Electro, who initially jumped into a 100% and scared me. Domino's not getting any love. That's okay. We don't necessarily want Domino. Domino's not a great choice. Electro is kind of scary though. Ralph Lee, shall we troll? So it looks like it is coming in. Angela does take a pretty good lead. And so I appreciate you guys not completely trolling on me. It is very much appreciated. Okay, so we'll give it just a couple more seconds. It looks like everybody that has been in, and actually I can move this up just a smidge. So it actually has this really cool thing where you can see the number of viewers that are in and the number of votes that have came in as well. So somehow we have more votes than viewers. But let's go ahead and go with the Angela. That's the one that got the lead. So far we have a pretty decent deck list. Now we have the Omega Red, the Bishop, and the Daredevil. I don't think any of these are necessarily just outright troll cards. Either of these could be decent. Bishop being inverted from Mr. Negative is a pretty cheap drop. Daredevil can give us that insight on 5, and Omega Red does get a little bit harder to use, but we could make use of him if we partner him with Ronan potentially. And so I appreciate everyone that's jumped in and joined us for the lunch live stream. I hope you guys liked the draft video. It was really, really fun to do. This one's close. This one's close between Bishop and Daredevil. And then Chauncey, did anyone watch yesterday's episode of She-Hulk? I'm not caught up just yet. We'll give it just another couple of seconds. It looks like Daredevil took a lead, but I haven't watched or caught up to She-Hulk. I think I've made it through the first episode, but there's so many that I'm trying to juggle and trying to watch. Okay, so we're gonna go with the Daredevil here. Okay, and so now we have Polaris, Leech, and Khazar. Decent choices. Oh, is it 100% Leech? Nobody has voted for anything else? Also, Werewolf by Night was fun and cute. And then Harry, thanks for the interactive stream. No, I like the streams for this reason. Being able to do something like interactive, and honestly, there's another reason why I wanted to do this now. I want to test out. I want to try to do some kind of fun interactive things on our long live stream on the 18th, and I think this would be something fun to kind of break up once we get done running whatever we're running for the day. And so it looks like Leech is winning by a landslide. We're gonna go ahead and grab Leech and let you guys vote on the next one. We have the Ebony Maw, who, if you want to troll, Ebony Maw is going to be the biggest troll of them all. And then Kieran, Akaichu, Ardref, how's it going, guys? And then we do have the Q counter of the Leech, and so this one looks like it's going to be close between Storm and Akaichu. You're early, yeah. So if you want to help vote, the link is pinned in the chat. You can jump over into that link, and you'll be able to live vote on which card we want to run in our deck. We are your friends. We are your fans. We won't troll you. If Agatha comes up, I feel like Pilk's power is going to take over, and that's what we're going to end up with. Okay, so it looks like Storm wins by a decent margin over over the Troll, Ebony Maw, and the Scorpion as well. So let's add Storm in, and then we have none of these are great choices. so pick as you will. We have the Infinite, which is just awful. We have the Squirrel Girl, which is also awful, and then we have the Mr. Sinister, none of which are very great. It does look like the Infinite is taking an early lead. The games are over. It's time for the troll, it looks like. We could do Infinite for the win. Some games we may not drop Mr. Negative. Infinite may look like a troll, but it might come in and let us win some games. And then Christy, you said Squirrel Girl can't be that bad. I think the only reason that Squirrel Girl would be a potential issue is that if it clogs up our board too much. Terrible cards. I use my privilege not to vote this round. Okay, so it looks like we're adding in the Infinite, who won by a landslide. And so I mean, it could work out. You're trying to do reverse psychology. I plead I plead the fifth, Matthew. And then we get Sarah, we get the Hood, and we get the Punisher, and it's the Draftinator. Yeah, Jesus plays. We are letting chat take over for our deck for today. We have the negative Sarah. Like we have a lot of decent cards. Some are a little bit weird, but overall, it's not a terrible deck so far. Negative deck is already a troll choice. That might be true. I would vote for the Punisher, but Sarah is good for this deck too. Yep. And so it looks like Sarah is going to take this one. We have the negative Serotonin. They tried to nerf him to the ground. They tried to get rid of him, but he's back again. We have the negative, the Ronin, and the Sarah for some late game shenanigans. Bishop comes back. And then we have the Lockjaw for some rotation fun. We have Doc Ock for just some disruption, or Bishop for just the upside from like the Sarah negative. This is why I didn't want to vote negative. Negative ruins everything. Negative makes it tough to draft a deck. He's good in a structured deck, but after, especially being the first choice, you have to really consider him in every single choice. And so it looks like we're going Lockjaw, the goodest of boys, in this one. We have two more to go. We have the Sandman, which is decent if it gets inverted. We have Groot, which is also decent, and then poor Hulk over there with the inversion. With us already having a 6-cost card, he's not seeing a whole lot of love. Is the puppy back there? Oh yeah, yep. We got the puppy hanging out on the couch today. Yeah, and the deck list looks pretty solid so far. We everyone do Hulk. Umice, you just want to see us struggle. Lockjaw into negative, turn into negative Infinite. Negative Infinite, pulling a 20-cost card onto the board would be huge. Yeah, the Sandman Sarah combo is pretty cool as well. Oh, I guess it's not cool. I mean, I think we have to make a decision at that point. If we go Sandman, Sarah's not the play. If we go Sarah, Sandman's not the play. So we're gonna go Sandman. We have one more choice. We have one more set of choices. Can we get a good grouping? No, we cannot. We cannot indeed. Oh well, you guys have fun with this one. I don't even know. I don't even know what I would want. Zero is going to be tough. Baron Mordo might give them their key combo. Medusa is just kind of lackluster at a 2-cost slot, and so we will see where the vote goes. Mordo helps Ronin, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Snug. Negative live stream. The negative live stream. It's coming. They thought they could nerf the negative, but he is here to stay. It is a playable deck sub. It could be much worse. It could definitely be much worse. And I meant to while the voting was going on. Okay, so we're gonna lock in the Baron Mordo. Does Zero cancel the Infinite reveal? It doesn't. So Zero will cancel out the ability once it has been played. So it doesn't work with Infinite that way, unfortunately. So let's go with the Baron Mordo. That is our last card. We're gonna copy the deck code. We're gonna paste it in, and then we'll grab some of the screenshots. And so let me switch over into the deck building view really quickly. And then we have our build. I'm gonna go ahead and take a few of the snippets before we jump into the stream. Do you guys want the card overlay where it scrolls through so the slideshow, or do you just want the deck build and then call it good from there? This is gonna be rough. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining. I don't know how successful we will be, but we will give it our best shot. So we have capture 2. Just the deck build is good? Okay. Infinite needs to be played for Zera, so no. Oh, 0, yeah. Yeah, the deck is okay. The deck is okay. It doesn't, I don't think it stands up against everything though. Oh, any chance for variant votes? Yeah, if I have variants, I'll let you guys do them. So we have the Daredevil, we have the base Daredevil, or we have the, and I don't know how a good way other than just kind of seeing what chat says. So we have the base Daredevil or the one from the season pass. Hey, Hockey, how's it going? I'm glad you were able to jump in and join us. We're going with 2, going with the gold border. We won't spend a whole lot of time. So if it seems like there's one direction that it looks like it's going, go with the variant. And then Chase Pryor. Hey TLSG, just got off work. It's 8 a.m. here. Finally able to get on a stream. Been here since under 1K subs. Love the hard work. Thank you so much, Chase. I'm so glad that you were able to jump in and join us. So it does look like the season pass, the gold border, is going to win. Let's go ahead and I don't think I have one for Baron. I have a couple for Scarlet Witch. We have 3. We have 3 for Scarlet Witch. We have the base, we have the variant, or the pixel variant. I can't wait for this to get released so I can get the season pass and spend all my money. Yeah, yes. Yeah, Medic. It's going to be, I think it's going to be really interesting to see everyone that gets in. So we have several pixels. We have several of the 2 vote. Pick the pretzel variant. Pixel? And it's not official, but I think Pixel wins. If we feel like I need to do, I could do a poll, but that's going to take a little bit longer, and I don't want to spend all of our stream doing it. Alexander 2-1. I don't know. Pixel had a lot of votes too. We're gonna go Pixel. And so at Lockjaw we just have the different backgrounds or the different cosmetics. Storm is the same thing, so we'll do the gold border. I don't think I have a Mr. Negative one. Nope. Sandman, I do. Sandman, I think variant probably wins this one. I would assume. But you guys can let me know if you want the base model or the variant on this one. Yeah. 2? Mark Sign. That actually surprised me a bit that we got number 2. You like the OG? Yeah, I do like the OG, but most of the time I assume variant wins. So always variant over default. Okay, let's go ahead and switch that one in. I don't think there's anything for Leech currently. We do have one for Ronin. We have the base model that has the gold border or the gray. I think is that Dan Hip? Pilk? Is that Dan Hip pick variant? Dan Hip variant? Yeah. Yeah. So Snug says number 1. Mark Sign, Dan Hip variant. Go with the gray. Base Ronin. Base. Whoa. It's a lot. The variant do be kind of cute though. It does, right? I like Dan Hip's art style. It's the Teen Titan variant, yeah. Pick the variant and upgrade it. So we are... I actually think base might have won this one. Yeah, it's really, really close. Since the base is... since the base is already upgraded, we're gonna go with the base on this one. And then once I upgrade the other one, we'll use that one. So we have the Sarah, we have the Pixel, or we have a couple of the base cards. Pick anything, people will survive. Hey, Vin Kelsier, how's it going? If you just joined in, you missed the draft. We're figuring out the variants, and then we're gonna jump in. Pixel easy. All right, let's go ahead and swap in the Pixel variant. And then Infinite, I think, yeah, I recently got an Infinite one. Yeah. Mr. Negative was the very first pick of the stream, of the deck draft, and so then the rest. I mean, they were pretty kind. They were pretty kind, and so they gave us decent cards, except for maybe the Infinite. But they didn't have, to their defense, they didn't have good choices there. So I think the steampunk one wins in this one, hands down. So this is going to be our deck. Let me go ahead and switch over. We will lock that one in. Let's switch over into the gameplay view. I will turn off the card overlay, the card abilities, and then that'll just be there for now. And so when I do this again, I think for things that we're going to draft on stream that I don't have that running stream of card abilities, I'll adjust the webcam so that it kind of fits, and I'll adjust the overlay as well. But yeah, we do have the transition now. Put chat in there. I think I can do that pretty quickly. So let's add the browser source. We'll put the chat there. That way it's not blank space. It may be a little bit small. But at least it's there. It takes up that blank space. Good idea, Q. Thank you for the call out on that one. Oh my gosh. You guys, if this turns into a stream of me just trying to adjust my overlay, I apologize. All right. We'll fit that in there. It's not going to be perfect. Oh no, we have to. I need to get the left-hand side. That's going to bother me all stream. Great, there we go. That's close enough. All right, guys. Be right back, late lunch. Stream tutorial. It's the stream tutorial stream. Wider, stronger. All right, yeah, we got the wide text. That would it would bug me too if all the other borders were there and that one was overlaying it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into a couple of games. Let's see how our deck does. It doesn't look terrible. I have played worse. You predict a 70% win rate from the deck. I mean, it's not bad. We have the Ronin. We have Mr. Negative Sandman to kind of block out any kind of zoo or swarm style decks. It's not the worst one. We have Leech in there. This deck is going to do negative since Dan Hip Ronin wasn't chosen. Ooh, yeah, I'll change the card back. I'm really bad about changing my card back. 1-drops are overrated anyways. Yeah, we don't need 1-drops. They can be hard countered. The 30% Infinite. But your cam left border is uneven. Oh. Tyler, thank you. We'll adjust that. It looks like Clab is the one that's roping today. Usually it's me that's roping, but today it looks like it's them. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so for turn 2, we can adjust one of these locations. We can actually change 2 locations. So if we change this one and we don't like it, we can always drop Storm there as well. I kind of like the ongoing location for our Ronin if we potentially draw into it. So I think we're going to change the left-handed lane. Now we need to control Pilk, Scarlet Witch into the Onslaught Citadel. We have Ronin that could be pretty good there. Drop Mordo? I want to hold Mordo. Sometimes it forces them to draw into cards that they may actually want. I always like the lottery play styles. So let's go with the Scarlet Witch into Strange Academy. It may be better to do it into Onslaught Citadel since they have a structured deck. But we always have Storm to change that one as well if it looks like maybe they're stacking there. Scarlet Witch is the new magic, the new extension. And then Vin, you said you just found out you don't have to work on Monday. I know that chat came through a while ago. It just kind of popped up in my head. We can do Sarah for a big reduction, and we have the turn 6 that we can skip for Infinite. It's not bad. I didn't know Scarlet Witch was magic. Yeah, she's magical. It's the two mana magic. Hockey, staying up at 2:30 a.m. to watch the stream is a great habit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I'm encouraging bad habits, I apologize. Save Storm for turn 6. Ooh, to storm the limbo lane, Pilk? We could do that. Is this looking like a Sandman game? It might be. Storm on limbo on turn 6 for the bamboozle. All right. So in that case, oh, well. I guess they stormed the Onslaught Citadel for us. So, I think we lose that location. They do have the turn 5 insight though, so I almost want to drop our Daredevil. Sandman seems okay, but since they have Daredevil, I expect either like a Professor X or a Goblin of some sort on turn 5, and so I think we need to do Daredevil here. Surprise, it's over. Yeah, Mordo into Sandman would have been what I wanted to go for, but I waited too long. So I'm going to go with Daredevil, Baron Mordo this turn. I think they're going to be gearing more towards, like, on curve towards the later part of the game. So I think we lose some of our impact from Sandman here. And then Emil, then Storm. Okay. Been Kelsier. Yeah. I'm off on Monday as well, but my daughter's daycare is closed, so I don't know if we're going to be doing a stream or not. But I am excited to be off. We'll have the day. We'll be able to kind of refresh and relax. Leech on 5, Storm on 6. That could be a play. They really, we don't know where the real Mysterio is. Not enough likes on the videos, guys. Shane, thank you for the call out. I'm actually gonna jump over and like it myself. I'm the worst. I'm the worst at forgetting to like my own stream. So let me figure out my play before we jump over. So we could do the leech, and then we could do Lockjaw shenanigans. The 5-power Mysterio can't be mid. Yeah, I wouldn't assume they would put it mid. I'd assume it was left or right. Leech would be super troll. I think we lose off of that though. I think we probably lose. Oh, and I'm gonna actually unpin the message now. Unable to see the power on the top cards. Why is that? It's been fine. Been fine, but now it's cutting off. Struggling with my overlay today, guys. Okay, so we'll adjust it. That's not perfect. It cuts off the name from the bottom. Fingers crossed for a Lockjaw Storm high roll. Could be. So if this one is if this one's the real one, we lose this one. I think this is a retreat. Because we lose Limbo. This is now capped out because of their debris. Lockjaw and then Storm. I think it's a loss. But I guess if they didn't snap, it's fine, right? I assume this is the real one. If they drop anything here, this becomes an 8-power card, which matches our total power in the lane. And then they just have to have 1 power. This one's definitely a... Alexander, you say let's try? Retreat. I'm leaning more towards retreat. Lockjaw into the Infinite. We have Infinite in hand. Yeah, we're gonna back out of this one. We're gonna back out of this one, and then we'll rinse and repeat. So that is a negative start, but that's okay. That's okay. We didn't draw into Mr. Negative. He was somewhere in our deck list, a little too far down. And it must have came from the variant. Yeah, you might be right. Wait, we have stream chat in the overlay now. Yeah, we do. Since I don't have the set of cards to my side, we went ahead and put in the chat. That way, it's taking up the space. Oh, the bots came in and said, "The chat's in stream." You say? Maybe nope. Yep. Those should be gone here in just a second. I'm so sorry. The bots are invading. They heard that the chat was on stream and they said, "Let's go. It's our time." So I've removed it. It shouldn't be here anymore. It may stay on there though. Good game, matched you for 8 cubes on Sulky Hulky a few days ago. Did you steal the 8 cubes away? You lost 8. I've been trying a lot of different things out on Sulky Hulky, and so there's some games where I drop the ball, and so it's been really back and forth on that grind. And so Caleb, I'm glad that we were able to match it. It's fun being able to match into people I don't normally match against on TLSG. Time to spam the chat to move the bot away. Yeah, it's a good call. And I don't like how the emojis come through on the stream chat though. Is the only downside. So I think we're gonna go with Daredevil mid. We could do Baron Mordo, but I don't necessarily want to force them to draw into anything just now. Corel, I think you have messages. Yeah, I have a couple messages that came through, but they know it's my lunch period, so unless it's an emergency. Why do you sometimes play on the other account, Hockey? It's my free-to-play account, and so I do 1 video a week doing like early pull 3 builds. So one pull 3 card and then the rest pull 2 and pull 1 cards. That way it's a little bit more accessible. And so I go in there sometimes to try out different combinations to grind, to do some unlocks and things like that. I think we do Lockjaw in the left-hand side. We can then flip with a Baron Mordo at some point, and hopefully pull out our Infinite. Whatever, guys. I'm trying to find love from these bots. It's you're looking in the wrong places, Dad. You are looking in the wrong places. Tyler, what's your day job? So I think Sandman is a dead draw on this game. Yeah, I think some games it'll be decent, or if we flip it with Mr. Negative. But Tyler, my day job, I work in data analytics for an HR department. So I'm kind of a bridge between HR department or IT department and our company's leaders to take the systems that we implement, take the data from it and format it where it's easily read. So do we storm? Sandman is an ongoing card. Yeah, Storm on Lockjaw may be a play, and then it opens us up to being able to do something like Leech or even Sarah on turn 5. And we may just flip into Infinite and just be fine. We can't play Sandman over here currently. Otherwise it might be worth it. But since it's the big house, we can't play 4, 5, or 6 cost cards over there. Hey Sammy, how's it going? If YouTube works well, have you considered making this your full-time job? Matthew, if that ever happened, that would be an incredible opportunity. I would love to have that opportunity afforded to me. We do flip into Infinite, which is huge. That is a snap. But I don't know if that will ever happen. So it's not something that I make these videos with the expectation that I'll ever get there. I make it more so because I enjoy the game, enjoy interacting with you guys, and enjoy the community. But I think if it ever became a possibility, yes, I would love to have that happen. And Tyler, I'll call my wife is a grant writer for Data and Analytics Institute. That's incredible. So Sandman Ronin. Should we do the Sandman on the left-hand side? Or do we do it in Start Tower so it gets the bonus? Sandman or Leech? Sandman or Leech? Is it the Leech time? We going with the Leech? We'll go with the Leech. We'll go with the Leech for the lulz. Sandman Ronin is a good play though. Let's lock in the Leech. And then Matthew, well, hey, your content is already really polished and the game isn't out. I'm confident you'll do great. That means a whole lot. I really do appreciate it because the first couple of we need Sandman to win a location. But the first couple of videos, like it's been a journey. So the first few, the layout was really poor, and a lot of help came from the community and everyone else that's been involved. And so yeah, we got Shang-Chi'd. We got hard countered by Shang-Chi. into our Infinite, which is really, really unfortunate. And so now, I don't know that we have a way to win. We could do the Storm again, but most likely they don't have any abilities, but most likely they can outpower a handful in any particular location. This looks like another retreat, but I'll leave it up to you guys. We either hope that, well, actually no, this looks like a hard retreat. This looks like a hard retreat. We could potentially win this lane, but we have to win both. This one should be a hard, yeah. Final turn, this is a retreat. All right, we're gonna back out of this one. We'll take another -2, and then next game we're actually gonna see Mr. Negative. We haven't seen him yet. We haven't even drawn him or had him in hand. He's gonna be in our opening hand next game. And then Smithy, you said question: how many pixel art variants do you have? A deck containing only those might be fun visually. So I have enough, and I don't know if I can actually search for particular variants. I don't think the search works that way. No, but I have about 3 over what a full deck would be, and so I could build a pretty decent deck out of it. And it's something that I've thought about. I don't know if it would be just our stream, like a stream thing, or if I do a video around it. But I think it'd be cool to do one. This is all because chat chose Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative does put you in a very particular play path. There's not a lot of wiggle room or play around potential. We do have Mr. Negative in hand, so we'll be able to do Mr. Negative Sarah on 5 and then just start dropping some cards. But I think it's still a rough win. It's a really narrow path that Mr. Negative puts you on. Then Dominic, I'm over 2K collection level and still haven't figured out how to change my card back. Oh, I'll show you after this. You can't right now. You can't change it on all of your cards, which is kind of frustrating, or all of your decks. You have to do it on each individual one. But I'll show you how to change it after this. And then Dad, how could you possibly know that? How could I know what? Maybe I missed what you're referring to, Dad. At TLSG, a little annoyed I got Invisible Woman from the Collector's Reserve, but I don't know what type of deck I should put her in. I'd say put her in maybe an ongoing deck, so like a Wong ongoing or an Omega Red ongoing. You can have that sneaky factor to come in pretty large for you. Warren, where did this deck list come from? It feels like such an odd list. Yeah, so the chat drafted it. The chat drafted it at the start of the stream, similar to our draft video from this morning. So they were able to take the wheel, take over and draft our cards. And then Invisible Woman is great for Hela as well. Yeah. You knew oh yeah, you knew Negative would be in hand. Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things that you call it. Most likely you're wrong, but if you're right, it feels good. I'm like, why is Mordo in a Mr. Negative list and Scarlet Witch? Yep. It is a user drafted one. So I think we do Mr. Negative into the flooded lane. We may lose this one. Should have stormed the right side. The Dream Dimension. Yeah, the Dream Dimension's tough. What cards do we have left in our deck? Actually, we have. I don't think it's even worth Mr. Negativing at this point. Nothing that we have left benefits from it. So instead we can do Lockjaw right. Yeah, Christy, I think you're right. There's not really anything. The only good upside from it would be our Ronin in this list, actually. Now that I look at it a little bit closer, Ronin and Sandman. I guess he could hit Sandman. But that doesn't feel like a good enough gamble. So let's go with the Lockjaw to the right. Then we'll probably play something like Baron Mordo to rotate out. Maybe we hit an Infinite and don't get Shang-Chi'd. That's going to be our win condition for this game. Oh, and we win the flooded lane? I'm going to snap off of it. Oh, Sandman Yondu. Gotcha. And so in that case, that's not a that wouldn't even be a target either. Yondu deleted Sandman. So do we do Scarlet Witch here, or do we do Ronin? Scarlet Witch on Lockjaw. You like the random approach, right? Right, Pilk. And it doesn't force them to draw into a card that they could potentially use next turn. Because then whatever we drew them, they would at least be able to drop that one card, and it could be the changing factor between them getting their large 6-cost card or not. So we get oh, is it a pass in case? Snug. So I don't think it's a pass in case we get Infinite, because I think we have an equal chance to flip into her here. And at least we're still putting stuff on the board. So I think that's the only justification here. Otherwise it might be a pass. And then Alexander got to go. We'll rewatch later. Such a cool deck. Next time we must do some trolling stuff though. Yeah, and coming into there is the Infinite. That is huge. That wins us the kiln location because we can no longer play there. The Scarlet Witch worked out very, very well for us there. So very good call for us, Pilk. I say we go with Ronin. They're going to have four, maybe 3 cards in hand, but they're not going to be able to overcome it. And so, yeah, I plan on doing another deck draft. I don't know if it'll be on a lunch live stream or if it'll be during our extended live stream on global launch, because I'm going to be doing an all-day stream that day whenever it does actually launch. And so I think I have a couple of cool ideas like this in mind that I want to kind of rotate in just to keep it fun for that day, and it'll keep it entertaining. It's not going to be the same deck for 12 hours. That way it rotates. Oh, the card pack. Pilk Enjoyer. Oh my gosh. After this one, I promise. I forgot again. I'm the worst. So we have Sandman in hand. We have Mr. Negative. If we don't draw into Ronin, we might look at doing Mr. Negative. Oh, the bots are here. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of we're gonna do a couple of puppies real quick to get rid of the bot messages on the chat. Same deck for 12 hours. Yeah. I don't think that'd be fun for you guys. It wouldn't be fun for me. Man, they don't even link their site. Dad, you have to really want to find it. You have to really want to dig in there and find it. So I don't know. Lockjaw into Scarlet Witch on Kiln would be sweet. That is true. In that case, we can just do Daredevil. We can do Lockjaw next turn. We can do Scarlet Witch into Kiln and hope for the repeat, right? Terrible promotion bots. It is very terrible promotion bots. Okay. So let's go with the Lockjaw. We still have Infinite in our deck, so that is going to be a potentially good top deck. But if we do Scarlet Witch, that may turn into like Bar with No Name. There's no telling what it rotates into. But I think randomness is our win condition with this deck. With a random draft, you have to hope for some good RNG. There's not as much like good structure to it. I think you just have to hope for the best. So I think we play both of our 2-cost cards here. You're gonna pull Leech with Lockjaw. We're gonna pull two, and I think I'm gonna play Angela second because she's gonna rotate. If we played her first, there's a chance that we rotate back into Angela with the second flip, and that would feel like a pretty bad flip. This way we have 2 chances to draw into Scarlet Witch, which isn't as bad. And did you notice they're coming when you win games? Leech and Infinite. If guaranteed, 100%. If you're confident, Pilk, we're gonna snap on it. Me, you read me like a book. Scarlet Witch, I have not had much like long-term luck with Scarlet Witch, just because of like how inconsistent it is. But the Double Witch could be pretty funny. So we change it. It's Hellfire Club, so it's not Bar with No Name, so that's fine. There's the Infinite. We just need the Leech, and Pilk would have been right on the money. Okay, back into the Scarlet Witch, which is then New York. And then we draw a Leech. So we draw a Leech, so it was very, very close, Pilk. I like you snapping based on informed chat guess. And so they go ahead and retreat off of that high roll Infinite. Vin Kelsier, you said Scarlet Witch is super consistent. I haven't, to be fair, I haven't used her in quite a while. Now that we have more locations in the rotation, maybe she does a little bit better. It's been probably a month and a half or 2 months since I've like really tried to use her in a deck list without being scared. And so I may have gotten traumatized by a couple of bad flips on turn 6. Now the card back. Thank you, Kappa. And then TLSG, hi, Wes Jones is me. Very good game. Very good game. I'm glad that you jumped in and joined us. This is our drafted deck. The chat gave us a pretty decent draft. We do have to hope for some luck in several scenarios, but very good game. Very, very good game. We got very lucky on that one. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you were able to jump in and join us. So to switch, actually, I don't know if I have a good view for this. Maybe the deck building view. Oh, and how many cubes was the last one? Was it 2? So the card back. So from your deck screen, there's the 3 lines in the top right. You can click that. Oh no, yeah. And then that opens up this. You can click on the card back, and that'll pull up your list so that you can switch, so that you can pick between the different ones you unlock. I think we're gonna. I mean, Hydra won the event hands down. I think we're gonna commit. We're gonna switch over to the Hydra card back. It is a pretty cool looking card back. I'm fine with that one. But you have to do it for each deck that you build, and I delete a lot of decks, and so then I always forget to Hydra Major deck. we are mini heads that make up the Hydra. So let's switch back over with the sleek transition. It's kind of like whenever I rolled out the intro to our videos. It's one of those that I like seeing it every single time. So we're slowly but surely becoming a well built out stream and channel, slowly improving our visuals, our graphics, things like that. I did finally put a border on the actual YouTube channel, instead of it just being like that blank screen there too. So we have Kiln again. Kiln's been really has been in a lot of our last 2 or 3 games, and then I did just update the stream cube gain/loss. It was -1. With that last win, it bumped us up to 1. I thought this was an anime NBA stream. This is a catch-all stream. There's no telling what chat is going to, where chat is going to drive the conversation. And so speaking of anime, it's not necessarily anime. Did anybody watch the Mario movie trailer? And if so, what are your thoughts? I have some thoughts, and it seems like that is a pretty common opinion. But so if you haven't seen the Mario movie trailer, it is the animated movie from Nintendo that is coming out. It has Chris Pratt voicing Mario. Chris Pratt Mario with no accent, and then Jack Black, who is going to be Bowser. And whenever I first saw the trailer, whenever they were rolling it out, I was really hesitant on Jack Black, because a lot of his roles, it doesn't necessarily take serious. He's a very goofy personality, so I was concerned with the Jack Black as Bowser. But then the voice acting came in, and it was good. He sounded really like it didn't draw away from the character. It seemed to really support it. And then Chris Pratt came in, and it was so shocking, because it was no accent, no anything. Yeah, we do need to hear more of Chris. Maybe it was just a bad intro clip. Maybe it is in there. but from the first impressions, it was pretty rough. And then Nicholas, do you say snap on this one? We may snap on this one. We have a pretty strong kiln lane. Pilk, have you seen the trailer for Violent Night? I haven't. Is it a scary movie? Violent Night just sounds scary, but it looks like a fun one. Mario looks like Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. He does. I think his nose may be a little bit bigger, or like how it's proportioned. But I didn't think about that, Astros. He does. You loved Poe as Bowser. Yeah, he fit it. He fit it really, really well. And so they snapped back. Do we think... So they can't play here anymore. They have 7 cards in hand. They can only play 1 here. Do we think Ronin is a winning play in the vault? I kind of think it is. It's me, Mario from Brooklyn. Yeah, Jack Black can do anything. He's probably going to be the best part. Yeah, I don't know. I have reservations about some of Jack Black's movies. But the last one I saw that he was in was Jumanji, and I thought he was great. And then this one, the voice acting, he was good in Kung Fu Panda as well. Yeah, I believe in the Ronin too. I like the Haunted Mansion part with Luigi. Luigi looked spot on, but that could have been the intro, and yeah, the intro to Luigi's Mansion. Violent looks hilarious. I'll check out the trailer for Violent Night after this. Name one bad Jack Black movie. I'm not a fan of Shallow Hal. I feel like he leans too much on like being kind of zany, and I don't think the depth is there. And that may not be everybody's opinion. But I wasn't a big fan of Shallow Hal. The Rock teacher movie, yeah, The School of Rock is one of my favorite ones of Jack Black's. Yeah, The School of Rock was I still like randomly quote it from time to time without realizing it. So I think we just lock this in. I don't think we even do anything this turn. I mean, we can do Apocalypse, but there's no way for us to win the 11 power. I think we just win. I don't want to Scarlet Witch just in case it does something weird. You didn't care for Nacho Libre. Yeah, it was a very like, I don't know, it's a very specific style of humor. And I feel like that is more in line with like his personality. And so whenever that comes through, I don't think those are always for everybody. I think it's kind of like an Adam Sandler movie. There is a very specific audience that really enjoys them. Well, Shallow Hal was made in a different time. I don't love it even. Yeah, it was made in a different time as well. Ooh, the Cerebro, does that push them over? No. But they stayed in anyways. Oh, because the Angela. Weird. Do you think this was do we think this was a draft deck as well? We'll take the 9 cubes. We will take the 9 cubes. Yeah, they're not retreating. What does he know? Yeah, and into the Angela. I don't know. Maybe this was a draft deck. That's the only thing. That's the only explanation I can. Yeah, but we take those. Oh, the Triskelion. Yeah, that's right. The Triskelion created this. Created this as well, and this. Yep, you're right, Kappa. But they stayed in, which was the surprising thing. And then Bastriel. What are you playing? So we were playing a user drafted deck list, and we are positive 9 out of like 4 or 5 games. Did your chat freeze? Yes. No. No, it's just not flowing through very, very well. I'm not sure why. I can refresh the element. But for Bast, we let chat draft our deck at the beginning of the stream. They got to live vote on which cards. Wait, he wasn't a bot? No, I don't think he was. They got to draft which cards we put into our deck, and then we were running it and seeing how well we can do. And so far it hasn't been terrible. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be really bad. We were 79 at the start of the stream. We are now to 81. We are climbing. We're climbing with our draft deck. Congrats on reaching 80 with this awful deck. Oh man. I mean, it's honestly, it's probably not the worst deck I've ever ran. I'm sure I've ran worse. And so Max collection level, right? Yep, we are max collection. The draft bot or the draft website, it lets you, there's a button that if you're wanting to do a draft and you don't want to like refresh the whole thing if you don't own one of the cards, you can click I don't own the card on that specific card and it'll rotate that one for you. So it's a pretty cool website. I'll make sure that I leave the link to it in the description of this stream and our last video as well. You've gained more cubes today in less time with a worse deck at a higher rank. Yep, you are not wrong, Dad. It's just one of those things. Fridays seem to be good days for me to climb. It could be I'm a little bit more rested. The reason today's video came out a few minutes late was that I recorded it and then I was gonna take a nap and then edit it, and I slept through all of my alarms. And so I got like 3 extra hours of sleep compared to what I normally do. What do you search for the website? Actually, let me pull up the link for it really quickly so that you have it. And so I'll actually pin this message for this stream. And so if you follow that one, it has the deck draft in it. Ooh, Sakar came in really clutch for us. I'm going to sub if you read out loud. Why is it capped? Why is it capped best? So the Sakar comes in absolutely clutch for us with the Ronin, with the Professor X. It is huge. So I kind of want to, I don't know, I almost want to do a Lockjaw rotation. So Ari usually runs a Destroyer deck. They're a really big fan of Destroyer deck lists. And so if we can lock this one out, actually, we might be able to win. Read out loud. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood. No, I'm glad you're feeling better, Dad. Sandman, come on. Storm right now. Dude, we want to storm the limbo lane though, right? He can't remove his hand if you lock the location. That's true. If we lock it down, he can't dump his hand. The Kingpin, interesting. Maybe he's not running the Destroyer variant. So now do we do Sandman? Bye, good luck for your channel. Best. I'm glad that you popped in for a little bit. I hope you have a great rest of your day. So do we do Sandman? It's not a good like value overall. We can skip turn 5, and then if we top deck into Infinite, great. If not, we can do something like Lockjaw, and oh no, we can't do both. The Sandman's the play, right? Sandman's the funniest option. Okay, we can do Sandman. And then we have Baron Mordo to push up. At least I'm not worried about this car lane, I guess. This is the lane I'm worried about, because I think he'll play something here and it's going to push him over the 5 power we have. Sandman into Lockjaw and then play whatever. So he used Juggernaut, pushes us out of the flooded lane. We can see what he drops this turn. Spider-Man. He came back after we locked down Sakar on like turn 1. That flooded lane did not work out in our favor. It did not work out for us at all. Oh, and then Sandman, we can't even rotate this turn. Or Sandman. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Maybe don't do anything and then Lockjaw and Mordo on 5. Yeah, it was too late. Yeah, that would have been good. You would have done Lockjaw before Storm. Yeah, give us an extra chance to shift into the Infinite. So that one is I feel like this one was very, very winnable. This one was winnable. It didn't have to end this way, but we're gonna go ahead and retreat out. There was a misplay on my part. Even with the incredible upside that Sakar gave us, we weren't able to hold down the win. We're still positive 7 cubes for the stream. Q, this is your time to jump in. If we match up against you, Q, you can take our 8 cubes and make us negative. Nice avatar though. I mean, they gave us the free avatar. I feel like I had to use it. That was such a like surprise. I really didn't anticipate getting it. And so yeah. So we're going against two sheds. Sakar really likes pulling into our Ronin. It pulls into their Drax, our Ronin. At least right now, it's more beneficial. We do have Infinite in hand, so we can do Storm, Sandman, skip on 5 into an Infinite on 6. Depending on what it looks like we have in the other locations or other lanes. Hockey, I feel partially guilty. No, don't feel guilty, Hockey. I always have the opportunity to say no. I think this is a better play for whatever reason. Did you buy the Captain America Welcome? I haven't. I probably need to. It's a pretty decent variant. It's a pretty decent value for the money. I haven't bought it since I do have a full collection, but maybe I need to. Scarlet Witch into Nexus. Scarlet Witch, which lane? On Dark Dimension for the end of game trolls. Yeah, I think that'll be funny. Let's go with it into Dark Dimension. We'll see. Into the Nexus would be pretty funny as well. We get Mr. Negative. We don't have any good targets in our deck list for Mr. Negative. This may be one of those ones that we drew into but never ever play. Necrotia onto the Adam Warlock was really unfortunate. Was really unfortunate for two sheds. Being able to come up over that power, they would have had to invest a lot of resources. And it looks like they're probably trying to run a very specific combo. And so we will take those 1 cubes. We will absolutely take those. We chip away at it one at a time. It is absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and jump into one more. See if we can do another good one. If we match into Q, this is... Oh, no. Storm left, Sandman right, Infinite middle. It was easy. It would have been... Yeah, it would have been a really easy play. Yeah, and the 8 times value on the $3 for gold and variant, I think is huge, especially if you're starting out. And it's a good kind of way to introduce you. You get a pretty cool variant as an added bonus. But I have like 11,000 gold. So the gold for me right now is not huge because I've held it for so long. Scarlet Witch, the 3rd location. And then we do have Storm as well. So if it's a bad location, we can always storm it. I don't think we're going to drop Mr. Negative a single time this stream. We're going to shuffle our cards into our deck after this turn. So I think we could either storm that one. We have Ronin, we have Sandman, which is a pretty good 1-2 combo. I think I want to storm the right lane so we don't shuffle our cards. Pilk, what are your thoughts? Storm it so if they overcommit their hand. Mr. Negative has been nerfed. He's been nerfed so bad he doesn't even get drawn into our hand very often. And being -1, unless you have a really, really good deck built around it, it just feels unimpactful. So I think we go Sandman here, right? See, our Storm follow-up is weak. Everything else is pretty good, but our 2 4-cost drops are both really, really bad. Sandman, then Leech, then Ronin. Huge. It's huge. Let's go with the Sandman into the flooded lane. Let's hope that they don't have enough power. Ooh, they do. I expect the real Mysterio to be this one. And then, ooh, Scarlet Witch changes it back. Into a Sakar? Into a Sarah? After we dropped Sandman. So we could still only do 1. But we do have the reduction from it. And so if this is the real Mysterio, then they currently tie this lane. I think our play stays the same though. Oh, Pilk. If we leech, all of their cards are going to get a bonus in Washington, D.C. Feels kind of bad. We could always go Ronin and then do a Baron Mordo on the last turn. Because I don't think we're going to overcome their Stark Tower lane. They have a lot of power there. That's true. It'll only be one card that gets the bonus. Q defending Leech. Q is the original Leecher. And so if Q says we leech, then we leech. They only have they only have 2 cards. I don't think Ronin's gonna do us much good here. Man, I give up on Snap for today. The whole season has been -3 ranks. I'm sorry about that, Dad. I know that it's been... I'm going to go with Leech. We're going to go with Leech anyways. I know that for me, it's been really off and on. It's been some really hard matches, some really... It goes in spurts. But I feel like whenever I feel like I'm going to lose and I'm doing really, really poorly, that it kind of feeds into that some more. And sometimes I just need to take a break for a little bit. Yeah, it's only going to be 5 power. It's going to be 5 power in the Washington, D.C. lane. And then we still have to assume that this is the real Mysterio as well. So they're tied here. They drop anything into Scar, they win. I think even if we had skipped and dropped Infinite, I think we're going to lose. Sakaar is too weak of a lane for them to have rotated into. It pulled our Sarah. It takes away our element of choice. Yeah, we're gonna back out of this one. We have to be strategic with a drafted deck. We have to be a little less greedy. We don't have as cohesive of a like an in-game strategy. But Dad, hopefully whenever you take a quick break from the game, when you come back, hopefully you'll be able to start climbing. And then sometimes it just takes a second away to be able to do that. Stay positive, go wider. We can still get up to... We have a couple more games left in us before we jump over into meeting mode, but we have a couple more games that we can do some pretty cool things. Dream Dimension always feels bad. I don't want to say I hate it. I dislike Dream Dimension in decks that really want to run to curve and they want to drop a 5 cost on curve. So I think we probably Daredevil and then eventually Storm the Dream Dimension, depending on what this one is. And then depending on where they drop cards, we may do Sandman if it looks like we're going to win the Storm location. Maybe at that point we skip on turn 5 and then just drop Infinite. But I think we see. If I'm honest, I'll probably play again in an hour. That's usually how it works. I step away and I'm like, I'm getting to the point where I feel like I'm going to start tilting, and then I'm like, oh wait, I could brew this and switch this out and try this, and then I'm right back in the game. And then before I realize it, yeah. So I'm exactly the same way, Dad. And then Shane, I'll say it. I hate Dream Dimension. Saying the things that we have left unsaid. I respect it. Dream Dimension is just so hard to play around. Whenever you're wanting to play to curve, it makes it so much more difficult. So they have a really big sunspot in this lane. We could lockjaw, but we don't have any great like rotation tools. It's the one more game mindset. Yeah, yep, it is. Dream Dimension ruins Sarah. It ruins Magic now as well. I think we play Sandman. The 5 power Storm lane is what is killing us because they can easily drop that in one turn. Do we think they go wide here? They're putting a lot of faith into that sunspot. That is the little sunspot that could. They can go wide. Ooh. Infinauts are really only big power push, aside from Ronin, which Ronin would be pretty big as well. What is going wide? Something that where they can play a card in a lane and it moves into other ones. So like White Tiger, the Ownerville could go into this lane even though you can't play directly into it. I don't know if everyone calls it going wide. I call it going wide because you can impact multiple lanes with one card. Yeah, you're spreading your power out. Do we do Ronin here? We could do Ronin into Atlantis. They're going to lose the 5 power bonus from the Atlantis lane. It's the opposite of going tall. I actually haven't heard the tall expression, but it does make sense. We could do Ronin into Atlantis. And hope that the White Tiger goes into the Dark Dimension. We know that they're going to have... well... There's our hope gone down the drain. We lose this one. I'll let this one play out just because we don't know exactly what they have. But we lose this one too. Oh my gosh. We started off pretty strong. Got a couple of good early cube games. Do we retreat from this one? We're retreating a lot today. A lot more than I normally retreat. Do we just hope? Is that our strategy? We're doing the hopium? I mean, because they could do an Odin onto the White Tiger and it accidentally send another Tiger Spirit over here. But there's a lot of cards that have more than 5 power that could counter us in the Dark Dimension. We'll let it play out. We're okay if we lose cubes. I'm all right with it. There's the Jew. That's not... Out of all the ways I could have been beaten, that is not the way I thought it would go. A Jubilee into an Iron Man to allow them to come up over us in power. That one hurts. That one hurts. Over 5 power in Dark Dimension, I can handle that. I would rather retreat. Yeah, we could. I mean, retreating would have been the smart play. If we were like really pressing for cubes or had like a serious deck, I think we would have. But there was a chance that we won that one, and so I did want to see it play out. Yeah, you at least won the Dark Dimension. Yeah, curiosity. My curiosity was satiated. Or yeah, it was. Curiosity was what killed the cat, and that is what happened to us. We are 2 cubes positive. We're gonna play at least one more, unless it doesn't feel like a good way to end, and then we'll switch over. I have a meeting to prep for, but this is a very long matchmaking. I don't know that I've ever been in matchmaking this long. We're still live, right? We have the best adult bots coming back in. If it... Oh my gosh. Do we cancel out? Do we cancel out of this and go back in? Yeah, the bots continue to find us today. Yeah, we're stuck in the matchmaking limbo. Thank you. I appreciate the avatar spam or the emote spam to get the bot messages gone. You guys are incredible. So I know that whenever we do our extended live stream, I'm gonna cancel out of this matchmaking and re-queue. I know that when we do our extended live stream, I'm going to switch it over to subscriber only mode. The re-queue worked. I'm going to switch it over to subscriber only mode. That way it should delay the bots a little bit more. Smithy re-queue. I like it. I like it. It's fitting. So let's go ahead and skip turn 1. I think Asgard is a pretty good location for us to try and shoot for. We do have our Angela in hand, which she hasn't came into very many of our in very many of our starting cards for the last couple. Oh my gosh, they're back again. That was so fast. I think this is the most these bots have been active on the account. Yeah, we'll do the oh no a couple of times. We'll get them to go away. The bots have never found me this much or this frequently. Hey, Grandpa Eyebrows, you did make it in time. We're having just a couple more games before we end the stream, but you did make it while we were live. We're out here struggling. It's been up and down. It has been a roller coaster for sure. I'm glad that you were able to jump in and join us for our live stream for ending or closing out the week. I hope that you've had a great week so far. And then hopefully we can end with some positive cubes to start the weekend. So we're going to play Daredevil into Asgard. I bet we end up losing that one because the demon's just such a hard... such a hard... card to come over in power within the next couple of turns. Like we could try and force it, but I don't know that feels great either. So they have a Cosmo, they have Hood, they could be running some version of a destroyer list. And if so, does us having any additional cards like help any? Dropping a leech doesn't, it just removes the restriction from their destroyer. Death Destroyer, yeah. That's what it feels like. I don't think we win this one, but I'm gonna stack into Asgard and just hope. And then Felix, you said, what is the best deck to get cubes with? Depending on what collection level you're at, I would say most of the time a zoo or an aggro deck list is going to be your best bet. Those tend to have like less tough or game determining decisions, and they're a little bit faster to run. You can't play a Leech Death use? That does sound good. Lockjaw with the stones also sounds really good. We could do that on the last turn. Yeah, and so I think like a Khazar Zoo, unless you're running into a lot of killmongers, is usually a pretty strong one. This is why I hate Subterranea. Just remove the location from the game. Yeah, and there's no way for us to get all of those away. I was seeing if there was a way that we could cap out the Subterranea lane to force them to keep their Hobgoblin, but there's not. I think we do Leech, and then the next time we're going to do Rockjaw. Yeah, we'll do Rockjaw. I'm okay with the Lechugia over Subterranea because that gives you the choice. You get to choose whether you want the bad RNG of rocks, or if you want to, or if you want to play there, or if you want to wait and play there later. He should play 2 cards. Wait, who? Me or him? Lockjaw can cycle into more rocks, though. Yeah, that's true. It does give us a chance to draw into more rocks. It also gives us a chance to draw into our Infinite as long as we don't top deck it here. I think this is the RNG we need to go with. So, I mean, we have 6 cards in our deck, 4 of which are rocks. And so each time it flips... We take those. We take those. That is not going to be our last game. That's not how we go out, though. Opponent into Asgard and Shadowland. Best of luck for you. I'm blown away by that, too. I guess they wanted to go with the Destroyer path, and they couldn't impact multiple lanes with it. I don't know. We're going to go with one more here. Maybe one more. I say one more tentatively. It needs to feel like a good ender. Mark Sign, I'm playing a robot themed deck and surprisingly have a high win rate. Really? What would the combo piece for that entail? I'm having a hard time. Like, I guess picturing what the robot would be. It's just like all characters that are like they're robots, like featuring robot characters. Grandpa Eyebrows. I remember first playing Discard was my favorite. Your favorite yet, and I was hyped to get Dracula. He's literally my last card to complete the set. I hope that you pull him soon. I know how bad it feels having a card that you want, but not pulling it until really, really late. What happens to death if leeched? Yeah, it goes up to 9 and it doesn't reduce. And so it becomes unplayable unless you drop wave. What would your main card in a zoo? What would be your main cards in a zoo deck list? Aki, is that to me? I'm actually going to feature one for Sulky Hulky tomorrow, I believe. But the main cards would be something like Angela, some 1-cost cards, Khazar, and then probably Blue Marvel are your like big win conditions. Can we get 51 more games? I don't think I have 51 more in me. I have a few minutes left before I have to prep for a meeting, but we will do our best to see how many we can get in there. So Mr. Negative could hit Sandman, but that feels kind of could hit Angela, which makes it a 1-cost. But it's our only card drop. Just like the never-ending Fast and Furious, it just keeps going. Good luck with your meeting. Yeah. It shouldn't be anything out of the ordinary. It should be all pretty easy. But Sandman, Angel Storm are the good hits. There's the Sandman. Oh wait. Oh, they dropped wave. They dropped wave and then. This is a leech play, right? They have Onslaught. Next is going to be like a Patriot or a Blue Marvel or a Mystique. If we take their ability away with our leech, they lose a lot of that upside. And so where do we want to play it? I think we probably play it here. I think we lose Monster Metropolis. But it's going to be Sandman's going to be 1-cost. So next turn we can do both a Ronin and a Sandman to finish out the game and hopefully swing enough locations. I think we play Leech into Lemuria. I think that's where we're going to need to. I think that's where we're going to need to swing. Ronin may be our big heavy hitter in Monster Metropolis. We have to climb to the top of TLSG's work organization and give him an extended lunch break. I need it. I need it. I'd love to keep streaming. The longer I could stream, I enjoy this part of the day. I look forward to doing this each day, and so if I could just do this for an extended period of time, that'd be incredible. So I think we do Ronin on the left hand side, and then Sandman mid. They are going to get the bonuses from all of their card drops in Washington, D.C. now. But if we have, as long as they have 3 cards, 2, 4, 6, that'll put us above the Onslaught's power, which will take away 3 from them. Would that be enough to win it? So 3 cards would end up being a 9 power Ronin. It would be an extra 3, so it'd be 12 power. They would be 7 and 10. They could win it. If they don't push anything else into Monster Metropolis, that could be our win condition. So Red, tips on making a good deck from scratch. Can who get a bonus while leeched? If they top decked Patriot, I quit. I quit at that point. So they dumped a lot of their cards. We're not gonna get the upside here. Had we played Sandman into the no, we ended up losing. So tips for building a good deck. A lot of it is experimentation. So really early on, you get a lot of benefit from just right now at least playing against different bots and being able to just easily feel out the different cards. For only having 12 cards in your deck, it's you can try a lot of things, and if it doesn't work, you can tell pretty quickly. So something like a 40 card deck, if you sub out one card, it's hard to know that exact value of that one card or that one card brings. With Snap and only being 12, we can switch one out pretty easily and pretty quickly realize if it's working or if it makes our hand clunky, if it always feels like a dead draw. We can draw conclusions pretty quickly. And so I'd say start with some of the easier builds. So either like an aggro that you plan to get like all of your cards out on the board, or something that curves really well so you can end the game with like a big power play. And then start looking at how the cards interact with each other. So like on reveals, on goings, those sorts of interactions. Dad, the crazy part about streaming is it's more stressful than work. For me, I think the prep is more stressful than the actual stream. So prepping to try and make sure everything's ready, everything like all of our layouts, all of the like everything is good to make sure that it's a good experience. I think is more stressful than actually hitting go live and going live. How bad of an idea is it to storm into Stark Tower? I don't think it's a terrible idea, but I kind of like the idea of having Lockjaw and then Storm. So we do Lockjaw this turn. I know that Mirror Dimension will copy one. It could potentially copy into Storm if we dropped in this turn. Ooh, that's right. Sandman's going to be a pretty good one. So we drop Sandman. We may even want to just drop Sandman on curve. Maybe we don't even change Stark Tower. So with a Deadpool deck, they're going to be running a lot of high volume cards. And so if they can only drop one card per turn, their Deadpool can no longer grow. And so this one actually is going to have to be the last one. Unfortunately, we're going to have to make this one the last one. Do we cycle a couple of times here? Do the Sandman on 5, so that if they drop a Deadpool and they're wanting to do like a Deadpool and a Taskmaster, they can't. We have 2 chances to cycle into our Infinite. I think this is what we're going to go with. We changed the Stark Tower anyways. We forced them to draw into a 6-cost card. If we flip into a Ronin, that's fine. I think we'll do this, and then we'll probably just drop the Sandman naturally on 5, depending on what we flip into. Ooh. Austin Woodall, thank you so much.
Love the content, bro.
Thank you so much, Austin. The support is insane. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're enjoying the. Wait, what happened to our cards in Miniaturize Lab? What happened? So I'm getting no cards can be added here. Oh my gosh. No cards can be added, but they should. They sure can be subtracted. Jesus. Oh my gosh, what are those odds? Oh, that's so awful. Well, the game says give up, go home. Oh no. Well, we can win the vault. And then we can hope for a rotation into Infinite on the final turn. See, I don't know. Vinkel's here. I don't know if you're still in here. This is why I have trauma with Scarlet Witch. Oh my gosh, she absolutely stabbed us in the back. Since they're going first, wait. Since they're going first, does Leech hit Deadpool and reduce him back to 1? Yeah. We've. Oh, Vinkel's here. we played Scarlet Witch and Storm into a Lockjaw lane. It flipped into Miniaturized Lab, and then pulled them back into our hand. And so then we didn't get to rotate any of our cards. Yeah, it doesn't reduce stead pull. It just remains the same. And then we can hopefully we don't pull into our, if we draw into Infinite, that's huge. I mean, this is why I have a problem with Lockjaw. I mean, to be fair, it's a drafted deck list. Oh, we can only do one card. Do we go with Angela? Do we go with... Do we give Scarlet Witch a turn to redeem herself? We have 5 chances. Cycle the Scarlet Witch. That's the one. Yeah. Lockjaw has consistency issues, especially if you're rotating something that's random. You're just introducing too many elements of RNG. 2 chances to high roll. That's true. We're always down for the redeeming qualities. Let's go ahead and let Scarlet Witch take this stream away. She's going to absolutely clutch it for us by either flipping into Infinite. That's not Infinite. Well, watch them play Magic there, and then since it's turn 6, Magic got nerfed. They wouldn't be able to play Magic to extend the game, but that would have been really cool. We were close. We were very close. Had it flipped into Infinite, we had 5 chances. So 1 out of 5 chance to flip into our winning condition, which is, I mean, not gambling odds. Definitely not gambling odds, but it's not terrible either. Magic still works. Oh, wait. Yeah, but they would have had to drop it. We don't have Magic to rotate into. But yeah, at least we ended the stream positive. What do you think about making Magic 4 energy 0 power? I think right now it's really tough to use her. But at the same time, it's really tough for her to be a dead draw on turn 6. But I don't know. I think the jury's out on that one. I think we'll have to see where she falls, see if she feels like she's still strong or playable. I think it definitely put her in her place, but not completely unusable. You just have to have her in hand by 5. But I am going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you guys for hanging out and drafting a deck. It was a lot of fun. There were ups and downs. I look forward to doing another deck draft with you guys soon. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. I don't think I'm going to be live on Monday. If I do, it'll be a later than normal stream. So Tuesday, I will be back ready to go, ready to close out the last few days before global launch, where we will have a really big extended stream. But anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, this has been TLSG. Later, guys.